Until you know what to do before starting a business, there's a likelihood that you'll fail in business. That is just the truth. The reason why many people are facing business frustration today is because they don't understand, they don't know what to do, which is the first thing to do before you go into that business. They think it's all about having a business idea. Once you have the business idea, you just need the capital and you start. No, that is not the best way to start a business. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with us one of the key factors we must do for us to start a business. It is a thing you have to do before you embark in it. Please understand that it is one thing to have a business idea. It's another thing to understand the business. Many people just think just because you've gotten a business idea and you just went ahead and started the business and you're expecting to succeed. It does not work like that. Because you got a business idea, that doesn't mean you've understood the business yet. You must first understand the business before you start the business. When you don't understand the business and you start the business, you will likely face frustration. That is just the truth. So many people today just got an idea and the next thing they do is they start setting up the business. And they have not yet understood how the business is being run. What are the best marketing strategy? Who are the target audience? They have not yet understood how the business run, but yet they are already into it. And once they start this business, the next thing, you see them complaining, you see them facing frustration on the other. Why? Because they have not yet understood how to run the business. So one of the first things you must do before starting a business. Now, when you get the business idea, it is good. That's the first step. Every business begins from idea, because every business is a solve problem. Now you've gotten the business idea. Before embarking on that business, you need the knowledge of how that business is run. You need to understand how that business is run. Who are the target audience? What problem is that business solving? The problem the business is solving is what determines the target audience of that business. Which category does that business fall into? You must understand it. Then now you understand the target audience of the business. The next thing will be, where are the target audience? Where do you locate them? Where can you find them? And all of these things is done through the knowledge of marketing. It's not just enough for you to have a business idea, start a business. You must understand the marketing aspect of that business, because every business has its own marketing strategy. So before you start the business, you must sit down and engage in knowledge of marketing. You must analyze the business, the target audience, their geographical location, everything, their purchasing power, everything. You need to put all this in place before starting a business, so that when you are starting a business, you already know the people you are coming to serve. You already know where to get them. Are you getting me? So you are not just starting a business and just sitting there and expecting people to locate you. No. Even though the people will not locate you, you know where to locate them. Because why? You've done marketing analysis. You already know where to find them. So you must do this before starting a business. If not, you may start a business and fail. Also, you must also know the things to avoid. That's number 2. You must know the things to avoid in order not to fail in that business. One thing is for you to know what to do to succeed in the business. It's another thing for you to know what to avoid in order for you not to fail. Failure is much as important as success. I repeat, failure is much as important as success. So if you don't want to fail, you must understand what can make you fail. Otherwise, you fail. So many people today are facing frustration in business because they just got a business idea and they think that's all, they just jump into the business. And at the end, they are not making much as they expected and they end up folding up the business. That's because they didn't take their time to study the business, analyze the target audience of that business, how to get to them, and also understand what to avoid in order not to fail in that business. So if you understand your business niche, you understand the target audience, the solution the business is providing, and you understand the things to avoid to fail in that business, when you are starting, you start with caution and there's a likelihood that you succeed in that business.